Folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. You can contact the show, 706-889-9700 or chief@veterannews.com. Put up number 12, please. Now, I just want to briefly touch on Keith Ellison up in Minnesota and a couple things. We thought, or we're led to believe, just an accusation is enough to open an FBI investigation and, you know, disqualify somebody and so forth. But no, not when it's a Democrat. So Minnesota Democrat Keith Ellison's investigation concluded abuse allegations, unsubstantiated report. Now, did Keith Ellison have 6 FBI background? An attorney hired by Minnesota Democrats to investigate a domestic abuse allegations against Minnesota Democrat Republican Keith Ellis reportedly concluded the accuser's claim was unsubstantiated. Ellison's ex-girlfriend, liberal activist Karen Mollahan, accused Ellison of physical and emotional abuse, abusing her during their year's relationship. Ellison, the deputy chair of the Democrat National Committee, has been dogged by Mollahan's accusations in the campaign for Minnesota Attorney General. I want to make a statement here that will upset many. One, he is, now this is not to upset, I'm just putting this together. The whole statement here. One, Ellison is black. Can't investigate him, he's black. Okay, that's number one. Number two, he's a Democrat. Democrats are exempt from accusations, and their conclusions can be found to be unsubstantiated, not Brett Kavanaugh's, okay? All right, so two, you don't believe the accuser when it comes to a Democrat. Now, here's where some people are really going to dislike what I'm about to say. They're afraid of Ellison. They are afraid of Ellison for a couple reasons, okay? He's a Muslim. First, if I remember right, first Muslim to be sworn in on the Quran into Congress, okay? So Ellison is a Muslim, black. They are scared to death. Now, let me say this. America should take interest that he could become the first attorney general, state's attorney general, Muslim, okay? First Muslim attorney general in the United States. We get that correct there. America should be concerned. Because, see, realistically, he has not said this. I'm saying this. But according to Sharia law, Keith Ellison can beat his wife, girlfriend, or whoever, okay? And I will tell you this, you cannot swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States and uphold Sharia law, which is mandated by Muslims. Just can't do it. So you can get mad at me if you want. But America should be interested in the fact that this would be an attorney general. You cannot swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States as a Muslim. Can't do it. So you can get mad at me all day long. So that's one thing I wanted to bring to the table. Second, I want to bring this up. Let's look at number 7. Okay, now Claire McCaskill may be out, so I think she will vote against Kavanaugh because I think she will be out no matter what. But Claire McCaskill may be finally gone. Let's go to number 8, Heidi Heidenkamp and Joe Manchin. All right. Now, when it comes to voting for Brett Kavanaugh, North Dakota, polling in North Dakota and West Virginia show high polling that says they want, the people of North Dakota and West Virginia want Kavanaugh on the bench. Heidenkamp and Manchin are in big trouble. Now, the Cook Report has North Dakota in the toss-up. Cook Report has North Dakota in the toss-up. They still have Manchin likely Democrat. West Virginia leaning Democrat still. Trust me, after the Wheeling, West Virginia rally the other night, Joe Manchin, this should be moved for Patrick Morrissey, his opponent, Republican opponent, into, toss-up. Cook Report should be moving that into toss-up anytime. And I will tell you this, if he votes against Brett Kavanaugh, all right? If he votes against Brett Kavanaugh, he will definitely be in the toss-up and be in for the race and fight of his political life there in West Virginia. Joe's really only way to pull this out in West Virginia against the president is to vote for his Supreme Court nominee. So I do feel Heidenkamp, Heidenkamp and Joe Manchin there, all right, will possibly vote for. Now, I didn't put up in Indiana Joe Donnelly. I didn't put that up, but I think they will vote for Kavanaugh this week. One other thing I want to do, I found this morning. This is sick. This is a cartoonist. This is absolutely sickening. This cartoon that is out making fun. I took a clip of this morning at 5:38. All right. Give me number 11. Okay, number 11 there is a cartoon. Kavanaugh's daughter says another prayer. Remember in Kavanaugh's opening statement, he talked about his daughter got choked up, said maybe we should pray for the woman. This cartoon says Kavanaugh's daughter says another prayer. Dear God, forgive my angry, lying, alcoholic father for sexually assaulting Dr. Ford. Pretty sick, folks. Pretty sick. Okay, NAFTA. Let's switch gears. NAFTA, all right, is no longer USMCA, United States-Mexico Agreement. Now, this is interesting because they actually had no choice. They're trying to debate it now on MSNBC and CNN, but go to number 22. The Trump way often works. Okay? The Trump way often works. Go to 23. MSNBC, talking about Trump and the way he does things. The Trump way often works. See if we can find another one here. So the Trump way often works. I'm trying to find what happened here yesterday on the trade agreement. NAFTA, he promised NAFTA would be gone. Let's go to 37. 37, the USMCA agreement helps the auto industry, okay? Parts made in North America have to be 75%, all right? And what happens now is China can no longer dump cheap parts, and Mexico have them installed and shipped into the United States. That's exactly what they've been doing. That is why the steel and aluminum tariffs are still on. It's because China would dump cheap parts, car parts, in Mexico. They would put them on the cars and send them into the U.S. Now, the parts, 75% of the parts have to be made in North America. in the vehicle. You can't have China just dumping car parts and coming into America. That is up about 12% of what it used to be. All right? Made by workers earning $16 an hour. 40 to 45% of all the vehicles now from Canada, Mexico, and the United States have to be made by workers making at least $16 an hour. So there's no use of rushing off to other countries when they have to pay $16 an hour. 40 to 45% of all the vehicles made now have to have American parts. I mean, workers making $16 an hour have to be parts from North America, 75%. The Trump way works. They're discussing this morning, okay, of how Trump is going to get a deal with China. He got a deal with South Korea. He now has a deal with, you know what? He was tough on Justin Trudeau. Everybody cried. Everybody was worried. Poor Justin, our allies. Trump doesn't care who it is. The Trump way works. Promises made, promises kept. There will be now access to the dairy markets, okay, in Canada that they did not have before. This is definitely going to be good for dairy farmers in Vermont. I think it's Vermont, the largest dairy farmers that deal with Canada, Vermont, Wisconsin, and I forget where else they said this morning. But this will definitely open the door for dairy farmers, okay? So Trump and the trade agreement, which now, he said he would get rid of NAFTA. He did. He said he would. He said he would deal with North Korea, and he's dealing with North Korea. Trump goes down. I don't want to stop talking about the trade agreement yet. Let's go to number 24. Just briefly here, number 24. The Washington Post, Trump says USMCA trade deal with Mexico and Canada proves tough talk and tariffs work. It's from the Washington Post this morning. Tough talk and tariffs work, folks. The Trump way works. He's promised deregulation. He's done it. He's promised tax cuts. He's done it. He's promised America first and get tough on people that don't treat America the way that we should be treated in trade agreements, and he will get out of them. He has. Okay? So Trump is doing what he's supposed to. I think it's going to translate to the ballot box. Now, last night, let's go with number 6. I told you this the other day. Here's Marsha Blackburn. Okay? Marsha is running for the Senate in Tennessee. The longest lines we've ever seen. President Trump holds rally at Freedom Hall in Johnson City, Tennessee. Okay? President Donald Trump will make a historic visit to Johnson City, Tennessee on Monday night to rally the Republican Senate candidate, candidate Marsha Blackburn. Okay? The longest lines they've ever seen at a rally. 20,000 outside. Why did he go to Johnson City, Tennessee? Because Nashville has a lot of liberal left. A lot of liberal left is in Nashville. Okay? All right? Memphis, the other major population source of the state, I think has the largest black population in the United States. And then after that, the tip of Tennessee, Bristol, Johnson City, okay, Kingsport, all the way down from Franklin, Tennessee to Knoxville. That little, as you take off Knoxville out west, Morristown, Tennessee, that area up there, very strong Trump supporters. very big. The media market there covers all of that area, and that is a big voting block for Marsha Blackburn. Believe it or not, why would he go to Johnson City, Tennessee? That's a big voting block for Marsha Blackburn right there in Tennessee, okay? Because they know, excuse me, Nashville, the guy she's running against, I forget his name right off, the guy she's running against is the former governor of the state of Tennessee and also former mayor of Nashville. And then you have Memphis that is definitely going to go Democrat, okay? So the strongest Republican vote is up there. Johnson City, Kingsport, Bristol, all the way down through Franklin, Morristown, and Knoxville. And that's where she needs to pull the strongest vote. And he had the biggest turnout, okay, the largest lines they've ever had for one of the rallies that's being said here and reported. And 20,000 had to wait outside. I'm your host, BKP. We're going to come back. I tell you something about Nancy Pelosi and all of these people that said they wouldn't vote for her. We're going to talk about that if she becomes Speaker of the House. We're going to talk about Speaker of the House in general when we get back. Take us to break.